Hello dear students, welcome to maths class. Today we are going to do the problems in page number 91. That is the last problem of that exercise. Fourth question. Okay, a road 28 meters long is to be bent to make a rectangle. Three sub questions are there. Can a rectangle of diagonal 8 cm be made? Second one, can a rectangle of diagonal 10 cm be made? Last one, how about a rectangle of diagonal 14 cm? Calculate the length of the sides of the rectangles that can be made. Okay? Calculate the length of the sides of the rectangle that can be made. So here, a road of 28 meter long. Okay, so a road of 28 meter long. This road is bent to make a rectangle. Okay, that is bend. This road is bend like this. First bend like this, then. Okay, then we get a rectangle like this. Okay, then what is this 28 meter actually? This 28 meter actually the perimeter of the rectangle. Right? The boundary of the rectangle is the perimeter of the rectangle and the length of the boundary is 28 meter. So this 28 meter is the perimeter of this rectangle. Okay, perimeter of the rectangle. Perimeter of the rectangle is, yes, what is it? That is 28 meter. Okay, perimeter of the rectangle is 28 meter. And here the question is, can a rectangle of diagonal 8 cm can be made? Okay. If we bend this 28 meter long road, then can we make a rectangle of diagonal 8 cm? Diagonal 8 cm. Which one is diagonal? Yes, this is the diagonal. So can we make a rectangle with its diagonal 8 cm and a perimeter 28 meter? Okay, let us check. So here we don't know which are the sides of the rectangle, right? We don't know which are the sides of the rectangle. So this perimeter is what is the perimeter? Perimeter means it is actually 2 into length plus breadth. Okay, perimeter means 2 into length plus breadth, that is equal to 28. Okay, so 2 times of length plus breadth is equal to 28. Then what is length plus breadth? Length plus breadth is equal to, yes, 28 divided by 2. Okay, half of the perimeter is equal to 1 length plus 1 breadth. Okay, 2 length plus 2 breadth is equal to total perimeter. Then half of the perimeter is equal to 1 length plus 1 breadth. Sorry, 1 length plus 1 breadth. Okay, so we have length plus breadth is equal to 28 by 2, that is equal to 14. Okay, 28 by 2 is equal to 14. So if we take one side as x, okay, if we take one side x, okay, length plus breadth, if we take this length as x, then what is breadth? Breadth is equal to, yes, 14 minus x, right? Sum of these two is equal to 14, and if this one is equal to x and the second one is equal to, yes, 14 minus x. Okay, so if we take one side as x, then the second side is equal to, yes, second side is equal to 14 minus x. Okay, so if we consider this rectangle, we can see that if we take this side as x, this one is equal to 14 minus x. Okay, then if we construct a rectangle like this, what we have? Yes, this one is a, what type of a triangle it is? This one is a right triangle because all angles of a rectangle are equal. Okay, so if we can make a rectangle with a diagonal 8 cm, we have the relation. What is the relation? The relation of, yes, right triangles. What is the relation of right triangles? Base square plus altitude square is equal to hypotenuse square. Okay, here what is base? Base is equal to 14 minus x, the whole square, Okay, consider this right triangle. This one is a right triangle and its base is equal to 14 minus x. So base square plus altitude square is equal to hypotenuse square. Okay, then just expand this 14 minus x the whole square. Using the identity a minus b whole square, we can expand this. What is that? Yes, first 14 square. What is 14 square? That is equal to 196. Okay, minus 2 into 14 into x. 2 into 14 into x is equal to, yes, 28x. Then plus x square. Okay, then here we have one more x square. Okay, here we have another x square which is equal to 8 square. And what is 8 square? Yes, 8 square is equal to 64. Okay, now we can combine the like terms. These two are x square plus x square. So we have 2x square here. Right? And this is minus 28x. Okay, minus 28x. And here we have a plus 196 which is equal to 64. Okay, so here we have an equation like this. Then how do we solve this? Is this a perfect square? We don't know. Then how do we make it as a perfect square? Yes, for that we need the square completion method. But here the coefficient of x square is not 1. Okay, coefficient of x square is 1, then only we can use the square completion method. Okay, if the coefficient of x square is 1, then only we can, yes, then only we can use the square completion method. Then how do we make the coefficient of x square as 1? Yes, here what is the coefficient? Coefficient is 2. Okay, so divide throughout the equation by 2. Okay, divide throughout the equation by 2. So what we have? Yes, 2x square by 2 minus 28x by 2, and here we have 196 by 2, and here we have 64 by 2. Okay, we divide throughout the equation by 2. Okay, so here we have, yes, 2 and 2 get cancelled, then x square. Here 28 and 2, 22 in 28, 2 is 14 times. Okay, so minus 14x. Then what about half of 196? 196 divided by 2 is equal to, in 19, yes, 9 times, and in 16, 8 times. Okay, and here 64 by 2 is equal to 32. Okay, so we have, yes, x square minus 14x plus 98 is equal to 32. But this part is not a perfect square, right? So if we need to apply the square completion method, first we move this 98 to the other side. Okay, that means the variables only on one side and the numbers only on the other side. Okay, so move this 98 to the other side. Then we have here x square minus 14x. Okay, move this 98 to that side. Then 32 minus 98. Okay, 32 minus 98. What it is? Yes, 38 minus 32 minus 98. One is this number 98 is bigger than 32. Okay, so first subtract 32 from 98. What is 32 minus 98? 8 minus 2, 6. 9 minus 3. Yes, 9 minus 3 is also equal to 6, but this number is a negative number. Okay, so negative 66. So here we have x square minus 14x, and here we have minus 66. Okay, so on one side we have variables and on the other side we have a number. Okay, now we can make use of the square completion method. What is square completion method? Add both sides of the equation with square of half of the coefficient of x. Okay, here what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is minus 14. What is its half? Minus 14 divided by 2 is equal to minus 7. What is its square? Minus 7 square is equal to 49. So add on both sides of the equation 49. Okay, so x square minus 14x plus 49, and this side also minus 66 plus 49. Okay, so we have, yes, what is this? This is equal to, yes, x minus half of the coefficient of x the whole square. What is half of the coefficient of x? That is 7. Okay, x minus 7 the whole square is equal to, yes, minus 66 plus 49. Okay, minus 66 plus 49. Minus 66 49, here the bigger number is a negative number, right? And the smaller number is a positive number, right? So here different signs, so different should be taken. Okay, different signs, difference. So what is 66 minus 49? 66 minus 49 is equal to, yes, 16 minus 9 is equal to 7, then 5 minus 4 is equal to 1, but it is negative 17. Okay, so here we have x minus 7 the whole square is equal to negative 17, but we know one thing. What is that? There are no such numbers whose square is a negative number. Okay, or negative numbers has no square roots. Okay, negative numbers has no square root. This is, we cannot find out square root of this negative 17. So what is our assumption? So we can say that we cannot make a rectangle with a diagonal 8 centimeter. Okay, diagonal 8 centimeter and a perimeter 28 centimeter. We cannot make it. Perimeter 28 meter. Okay, this is 8 meter and this is 28 meter. We cannot make a rectangle like this. Okay, we cannot make it. Okay, so that is the first part of the question. So what is our assumption? Yes, we can say that we cannot make a rectangle whose diagonal is 8 meter and the perimeter is 28 meter. Okay, now look at the second part of the very same question. Can a rectangle of diagonal 10 centimeters be made? Okay, can a rectangle of diagonal 10 centimeters be made? Okay, so this is our rectangle. Okay, our last rectangle itself, its perimeter is, yes, perimeter is 28 centimeter. Okay, perimeter is 28 centimeter and we need to check, can we make a rectangle of diagonal 10 centimeter. Okay, so as we did in the earlier, we just take this as x and this one as 14, or this one as 14 minus x and this as x. Okay, very same steps. Okay, so we take length as x, sorry, breadth as x and length as 14 minus x, and by joining the diagonal we get a right triangle like this, and for every right triangle we can use the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so what is the Pythagoras theorem? Base square, base is 14 minus x the whole square plus altitude square x square is equal to 10 square. Okay, then very same steps, 14 square, that is 196 minus, yes, 28x plus x square is equal to 100. Okay, then here x square is equal to, yes, 2x square minus 28x plus 196 is equal to 100. Okay, then here the coefficient of x square is 2, so divide throughout the equation by 2. Okay, to make the coefficient of x square 1. We can make use of the square completion method only when the coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, to make the coefficient of x square 1, we divide throughout the equation by 2. Then we have, yes, x square minus 14x, yes, plus 98, here 50. Okay, so x square minus 14x, move this 98 to the other side. Then we have 50 minus 98. 50 minus 98 is equal to negative 48. Okay, then add both sides of the equation, half of square of half of the coefficient of x. That is equal to x square minus 14x plus 49 on both sides. Okay, here minus 48 and here plus 49. Okay, so this part becomes x minus 7 the whole square and this is equal to 1. But 1 is a perfect square. See, minus 48 and plus 49. Okay, different signs. Different signs means difference. So 48 9 minus 48 is equal to 1. Okay, and here the bigger number is a positive number, so the answer is positive 1. So we have x minus 7 the whole square is equal to 1. Then what is x minus 7? Yes, x minus 7 is equal to, yes, that is equal to 1. Okay, here we take plus or minus 1. Okay, plus or minus 1. X minus 7 whole square is equal to 1. Then x minus 7 is equal to plus or minus 1. Okay, so we have x minus 7 is equal to plus 1. Okay, x minus 7 is equal to plus 1. Then what is x? X is equal to 1 plus 7, that is equal to 8. Okay, so our x is equal to 8. This side is equal to 8. Then what about this side? That is equal to, yes, that is equal to 14 minus x. 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. So this side is equal to 6. Okay, so we can easily make a rectangle with the sides 6 and 8 diagonal 10. Okay, the 6, 8, 10 are Pythagorean triplets. What do you mean by Pythagorean triplets? That is 6 square plus 8 square is equal to 10 square. We can check this. 36 plus 8 square is equal to 64. 36 plus 64 is equal to 100. 100 is 10 square. Okay, so we can say this 6, 8 and 10. These are called Pythagorean triplets. Okay, so we can make a rectangle with a diagonal 10 centimeter. So third part of the question. How about a rectangle of diagonal 14 centimeter? Okay, 14 centimeter. Is it possible to make a rectangle of, in the place of this 10 centimeter, 14 centimeter? Okay, so that is a homework for you. Check is it possible to draw a rectangle whose diagonal is 14 centimeter. Okay, that is a homework. Okay, do this very same step. Instead of our 8 and 10, just substitute 14 there. That only. Okay, so that is the end of the second exercise of this chapter. Sorry, third exercise of this chapter. Then now we are coming to the next section, equations and polynomials. Our next section is equations and a polynomial. Okay, what is a polynomial? Yes, we know what is a polynomial. See, here we have, yes, p of x is equal to 4x square plus 24x plus 11. Okay, this one is a polynomial. Okay, this one is a polynomial. And what about its degree? What type of a polynomial it is? See, here the variable is x. Okay, this is a polynomial in x. So the variable is x. And what is the highest power of this variable in this equation or this polynomial? Yes, the highest power. See, here we have x and x square. So which is the highest power here? Highest power is 2. So in a polynomial, the highest power of the variable is 2, then it is called a second degree polynomial. Okay, this is a second degree polynomial. So we are making use to find the solution of polynomials. To find the solution of polynomial, we are making use of our square completion method. Okay. To solve a polynomial, to find the solution of a polynomial, we are going to making use our square completion method. How do we do this? See, this is our polynomial. What is our polynomial? 4x square plus 24x plus 11. Okay, so this is not an equation now, right? This is not an equation. This is only an expression, or this one is a polynomial. Then how do we make it as an equation? Yes, equation means equal to sign should be there, right? So we just equate this with a 0. Okay, now it is in an equation. Okay, now this one is an equation. See, so this is a second degree polynomial. Now we are with now this one is a second degree equation. Then how do we solve this? What are the steps? Yes, first step is, yes, move the constant term. This is our constant term in this polynomial. So, further the equation. First move the constant terms on one side and the variables on the other side. So, on the left hand side of the equation, we need only the variables. And on the other side, that is the right hand side, we need the numbers. Okay, so first move this 11 to the other side. So, we have 4x square plus 24x. Okay, 4x square plus 24x. And here we have, yes, 0 minus, this is plus 11 here, and if we move to the other side, that is equal to minus 11. Okay, this is the first step. Okay, what is the first step? First to move the constant term on the other side of the equation. So only variables on one side and numbers on the other side. Okay, see square completion method. When square completion method are applicable? Only when the coefficient of x square is 1. Okay, so divide throughout the equation by, yes, this 4. Okay, divide throughout the equation by 4. Then we have, yes, 4x square by 4 plus 24x by 4 and here negative 11 by 4. Okay, so 4x square by 4, 4 and 4 get cancelled. Then 24 and 4, yes, 24 is a multiple of 4. Which multiple? Sixth multiple. Okay, then 11 by 4 it is not possible to shorten it, right? So we cannot simplify it. So here we have x square and here 6x and this side negative 11 by 4. Okay, now we have a second degree equation and in that equation the coefficient of x square is 1. So we are going to do the next step. Okay, now we can use the square completion method. Okay, what is square completion method? Yes, add square of half of the coefficient of x on both sides of the equation. Here what is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is 6. What is its half? 3. What is its square? 9. So add 9 on both sides of the equation. So x square plus 6x plus 9 is equal to negative 11 by 4 plus 9. Okay, add the same number on both sides of the equation. So this side become, yes, so is equal to x plus half of the coefficient of x. What is half of the coefficient of x? 3. X plus 3 whole square. And this side is equal to negative 11 by 4 plus 9. Okay, so we can use the cross multiplication method here. So we have negative 11 plus 9 into 4, that is equal to 36 divided by 4. Okay, so we have x plus 3, the whole square is equal to negative 13 plus 36 is equal to 25. Okay, one is negative and other is positive. So different signs means find the difference between the numbers. So 36 minus 11 is equal to 25. Biggest number is a positive number. So that is equal to 25. So 25 divided by 4. Okay, so we have x plus 3 whole square is equal to 25 by 4. Then what is x plus 3? Yes, x plus 3 is equal to square root of 25 by 4. Okay, square root of 25 by 4. This 25 by 4 has two square roots. Yes, one is a positive square root and other is a negative square root. Right? That is this 25 by 4. How do we find the square root of a fraction? Square root of a fraction is square root of the numerator by square root of the denominator. That is equal to x plus 3 is equal to square root of 25 is equal to 5 and square root of 4 is equal to 2. So the values are plus or minus 5 by 2. Okay, plus or minus 5 by 2. That is, here two cases arise. That is, x plus 3 is equal to plus 5 by 2. Okay, x plus 3 is equal to 5 by 2. Then what is x? X is equal to 5 by 2 minus 3. Okay, then using the very same cross multiplication method, here we have 5 minus, see, this 3 into 2 is equal to 6 divided by 2. That is equal to negative 1 by 2. Okay, negative 1 by 2. So one value of x is equal to negative 1 by 2. Then what about the second value? That is x plus 3 is equal to negative 5 by 2. Okay, negative 5 by 2. That is x is equal to minus 5 by 2 minus 3. Okay, using the cross multiplication method we can write, see, this is negative 5, then 3 into 2 is equal to, yes, negative 6 divided by 2. So that is equal to minus 5 minus 6 is equal to, both are same signs. Okay, same signs means addition. Okay, both numbers are in same signs, negative 5 and negative 6. So their sum is equal to negative 11. Okay, divided by 2. Okay, so the values of x are, yes, one is negative 1 by 2 and other is negative 11 by 2. Okay, so two solutions are there for this second degree polynomial. One is negative 1 by 2 and other is negative 11 by 2. Okay, so keep in mind this order. Okay, first move the how do we solve a second degree polynomial? That is our question. That is first move the numbers on one side and variables on the other side. Then make the coefficient of x square as 1. Okay, for that divide throughout the equation by the present coefficient of x square. Okay, then we get a second degree equation like this. Then we can make use of the square completion method. Okay, so these are the solutions. One is x is equal to negative 1 by 2 and other is negative 11 by 2. Okay children, so this much only for today children. Thank you.